Jelly bean is a colorful treat, but unfortunately, no one is exactly sure when the jelly bean was invented and how. It's believed that the jelly center dates back to biblical times, as a candy called Turkish Delight. Many centuries later, the outer shell was added, thus making jelly beans we know today. Jelly beans come in a large variety of colors, even though they only come in one flavor. To make jelly beans, liquid is heated in a large kettle to 347 degrees Fahrenheit. Solids are then mixed into the liquid as an agitator blends it all together. Meanwhile, at a local cocaine production plant, things are going great. This massive amount of Colombian nose candy is worth up to $400,000. Normally, the cocaine would be scraped off the machinery, but this cartel is so ludicrously wealthy and powerful that they have completely stopped giving a shit. In a plot twist you didn't see coming, molds are pressed into the cocaine to be filled with liquid sugar, which will form the jelly beans. Jelly Belly, the most popular brand of jelly beans, are known for their vast array of narcotics connections. The jelly bean centers are then moved to a drying room to cool and harden for 24 hours. Notice how some of the cocaine spills into the batch, adding to the jelly bean's addictive quality. Arms flip the trays into a drum that will separate them. Half of them will continue into the candy factory, while the other half will wind up on the streets of Southside Chicago. The dry jelly bean centers then tumble into a wire mesh conveyor. Notice their clear white color, a byproduct of their production being so closely tied to stimulants. The jelly beans then ride through a sugar vapor condenser and into a sugar drum. The drum tosses the beans in sugar until they eventually become 99% sugar and 1% bean. In another part of the factory, Liquid returns, and this time he's not alone, joined by anti-hero Blue Liquid. And with a little help from his sidekick Wage Slave, Liquid tries to stop the growing drug problem directly at its source. After the beans are thwarted, the literal fourth gigantic helping of sugar is added to the batch. But don't celebrate too quickly, because then the nefarious supervillain Red Liquid joins the party. And Red Liquid's superpower? Racism. Then a little wax is added, because most people hate when things taste good. The wax coats the candies to make 90% of this process pointless. Then the jelly beans stop spinning and air dry. If the beans spin for too long, they may turn purple, indicating they have become spoiled and poisonous. Do not eat purple jelly beans. And finally, as all the jelly beans mix together and move to the packaging area, we here at How It's Made would like to apologize for doing an episode on jelly beans. We all know they're disgusting, and one of the worst candies ever made, but we felt obligated in our educational duties to show you where these vile hellspawn came from. We apologize to anyone offended by the fact they had to learn about jelly beans. And if you enjoy eating or talking about jelly beans, please consult professional counseling. There are people who can help.